In the hemp industry, your biggest secrets are often your biggest competitive advantage. Your unique cultivation technique, your special processing methods, your customer relationships, those are assets that can set you apart. I'm Alex Little with Hemp Law Group, and welcome to our channel on YouTube. Today, we're going to show you how to protect these valuable assets with properly structured confidentiality agreements. The hemp industry presents unique challenges when it comes to protecting confidential information. You're not just dealing with typical business secrets. You're protecting things like proprietary cultivation techniques or processing methods, formulations of your products, and sometimes compliance strategies that you've invested significant time and money to develop. So let me share something crucial that many hemp businesses learn the hard way. Timing matters. You need confidentiality agreements in place before you share any sensitive information, not after. This means having agreements ready before you talk with potential partners, before you negotiate with suppliers, and even before you have preliminary conversations about possible business relationships. Once the cat's out of the bag, you can't get that information back. Now, your confidentiality agreements in the hemp industry need to be carefully crafted to address industry-specific concerns. They need to have clear definitions of what constitutes confidential information. They need specific provisions for protecting trade secrets, and they need appropriate restrictions on how the people you're working with can use and share information. One of these important pieces is your employees. Let's talk about them. Often your employees will have access to your most sensitive information and secrets. And so your employee confidentiality agreements need to protect not just general business information, but also specific industry knowledge that they gain during their employment with you. This could include things like your cultivation methods, processing, or even things like customer relationships and your compliance strategies. You need to address what happens not just when they're there as an employee, but what happens when they leave your company. Working with vendors and suppliers requires a similar but different balance. Your agreements certainly need to protect your proprietary information, but it also needs to allow vendors to operate efficiently. Think about it like this. Your vendors need enough information to serve you effectively, but not so much that they could ever become competitors. Now, research and development of the hemp industry needs particularly strong protection. This is where some of you have a comparative advantage, and you need to protect that advantage. So when you're developing new products, when you're developing new methods for cultivation or processing, you're creating valuable intellectual property, and your agreements need to clearly address who owns this property. Who owns any of the innovations you've developed during your business? And in doing so, you need to establish solid protocols for protecting this intellectual property. In addition to all that, something many businesses overlook: how to protect this information during merger and acquisition activities. We know many folks in this industry are merging or buying one another or collaborating. And during these types of talks, you do need to share sensitive business information, but your confidentiality agreement needs to protect you in case the deal doesn't go through. They also need to protect compliance-related information that you share after the deal goes sour. Let's also talk about enforcement, because a confidentiality agreement is only good as your ability to enforce it. Your agreements need clear remedies for breach. They also need appropriate jurisdictional provisions. So what does this mean? If somebody breaks your agreement, you need to know how to enforce it. And they need realistic enforcement mechanisms. Think of these provisions as your safety net. You hope you never need them, but they need to be strong enough to protect you if you do. The hemp industry is constantly evolving, which means your confidentiality agreements, your trade secrets need regular review and updating. So as regulations change and business operations at your business evolve, your agreements need to adapt. So have someone look and review at those agreements and look at your existing relationships to make sure they address all the new circumstances or requirements. Remember, protecting your business's confidential information requires much more than just well-drafted agreements. It requires the security measures, training your employees, and maintaining consistent enforcement of all of these confidentiality provisions. Now, at Hemp Law Group, we help hemp businesses protect their confidential information with either a structured agreement that's enforceable or employee policies. Whether you're just starting to implement these sorts of protections or need to strengthen the ones you already have, we can help you protect what makes your business unique. Look forward to talking with you.